Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury, Bulldog Nation, I was telling my staff a little while ago, I can't believe the daily amount of news that is just incredulous. Day after day after day. Back in the day, one of these stories would just crush somebody. It's almost like all the politicians know, no matter what goofy ass thing they say and do, it doesn't matter because there's 15 other things and tomorrow there'll be 15 more things. It's almost like an acceptance of stupidity, mediocrity. I mean, so let's get going. We're going to start it out with this story. Twitter, Nigeria. This is funny. Nigeria is stamping down on social media. The government is. So what does Twitter do? Twitter says that the social media platforms are an essential human right. Do you believe it? Twitter has the cojones to say it is a basic human right in Nigeria. But in the United States, nah. So that means they're taking away Trump's basic human rights now. Oh, the hypocrisy. Isn't it kind of funny for Twitter to get a taste of their own medicine? I think it is. Washington State. I called it, didn't I? Although I got the state wrong. I said I expect Colorado, since Anheuser-Busch is giving away beer, all the crazy things are giving away. Kentucky will be giving away bourbon. West Virginia was giving away trucks, custom trucks and guns. Well, Washington State is giving away marijuana joints for vaccinations. We now live in a country where a state gives away pot to encourage people to get a vaccination against their will. America. America today. Deutsche Bank. Now, Deutsche Bank is the bank that lent lots of money to old Trump. And they've been subpoenaed and haggled about. But Deutsche Bank's a big international bank. The Bank of Germany. Deutschland über alles. I learned that, remember that from my German. That means Germany overall. Deutschland über alles. Well, they're saying international global inflation is a real legitimate concern. I got to ask you this question. Would not an international bank as big as Deutsche Bank expressing concern about that mean something? I think so. Hyperinflation. That's where we're at. It may not be inflation. It might be hyperinflation. Buy hard assets. Guatemalan protesters, good old Kamala Harris went down there and said, don't come. Don't come. I mean, she's such a freaking lightweight. She shouldn't be mayor of, I don't know, Bellevue. But Kamala Harris goes down there and says, don't come. She gets greeted with protest signs. Trump won, go home. The MAGA movement followed her to Guatemala. And then AOC's mad, telling the people not to come. So now she's crossways. You can't ever, you know what? Can you ever make a crazy person happy? No, never. Might as well stop trying. Crypto. I'm going to give a shout out to a team member, old Jacob Barton. Jacob, what's going on with your crypto? First Musk abandoned you. Then yesterday, good old China says no to it. It's going to get regulated. Yesterday, Trump says it's a scam. Doesn't want anything to do with it. Thinks it hurts things. By the way, just for full disclosure, I was always too chicken to jump in on this thing. And I feel stupid. I should have put a lot of money in it and made lots of money. But I didn't. But what's going to happen to crypto? Brian Williams from MSNBC compared Antifa protesters to the veterans of D-Day. Good old Brian Williams. He's like a cockroach that won't go away. I got to ask you this. You know, they go to bloody war if you say anything bad about Muhammad, depict bad Muhammad. The Muslims, the jihadists go bonkers. In United States of America, you know, nothing's sacred anymore, apparently not even Jesus. There are some teachers promoting a play that involves Jesus as a transgender person. I mean, You know what? I'm going to always respect every religious belief, and I'll respect their icons. You're not going to ever see me belittling anyone that would cause offense to the Jewish faith, even the Muslim faith, Muhammad. I mean, Jesus? Really? We have to make Jesus into transgender? It's disgusting. Obama lies about anti-Semitism. You can't make this up. One of my favorite lines. I know you get tired of me saying it. Obama has blamed anti-Semitism on Trump. Let's evaluate that. Who was the best president forever for Israel? Trump. Whose daughter converted to Judaism? Trump. Whose son-in-law is a Jew? Trump. Trump, there is anything anti-Semitic about him. Now, let's evaluate old Barack Obama. Muslim loving. How did he treat Israel? How did he treat the Jews? How is he treating Hamas right now? Deals with Iran, so forth and so on. These are shameless, lying sons of a bitches. And they get away with it because they're American Communist 10 teammates. Barack Obama is more of an anti-Semitic than Donald Trump is an Hispanic. It's crazy. Omar, she compares the United States to Hamas and the Taliban. She is actually a representative in Congress. This Muslim conclave out of Minnesota that elected her, what the hell? Disgusting. LeBron has been voted the most hated person in the NBA. Can you imagine how that must crush him? Because he wanted to replace Michael as the greatest, not only on the floor, in the hearts. Who was the most beloved player when he played? Michael Jordan, LeBron James. All that money, and he's the most hated. Don't think for a minute that's not going to eat at his crawl. I watched. It's funny that I'm going to comment about this. By the way, remember, I am pro-disability. I got a brother with cerebral palsy. I'm very sensitive about things, but I'm also not politically correct. Yesterday, I happened to watch something about Mary after I ate. I was in the living room, took a little nap, and I fell asleep to something about Mary. In that scene where Matt Dillon looks at the Cameron Diaz character and tries to talk about mentally disabled, and he does it so politically correct, and he uses the word retard, a word that you're not allowed to use anymore. Well, there's apparently a book coming out, and I could see Trump saying this. They're saying Trump said when the poll came out, it said that he was losing to Biden. He said, "How am I losing to that mental retard?" Now, come on. That's politically incorrect. But can't you use that word in describing a political opponent? I mean, he was talking about Trump. He wasn't talking about children with disabilities. I could hear Trump saying that. How am I losing that mental retard? All right, Hunter Biden's at it again. A Romanian tycoon tried to pay him a bunch of money to help him out. Good old Hunter Biden, the go-to guy. You know what? I think I need to contact Hunter Biden about the KBA. Maybe old Hunter can help me out with the KBA. Hell, Chuck, get him on the phone. I want Hunter Biden. I want to hire Hunter. All right, this is funny. Old Harry and Meghan, I usually don't talk about the royals, but I have to point something out that nobody's pointed out. Meghan and Harry had a little girl, and they named her Lilibet and Diana. Now, why Lilibet? Prince Philip recently passed away. That was his pet name for Elizabeth. Now, the way I look at it, this is not an ingratiation. This is another passive-aggressive dig and insult to Elizabeth. Here is Meghan and Harry trashing the royal family, and then they steal Philip's sacred nickname for Queen Elizabeth, Lilibet, and then the Diana. You talk about a pandering freaking name. I mean, I think it's another bad move and another backfire. I'll bet you Queen Elizabeth privately is horrified at it. Of course, they all say the right thing publicly. The Democratic voters, there was a leaked memo where they did a, checking out 2020, what was the good and bad, and they are really worried about losing black, Hispanic, and Asian voters. I hope they keep losing them. Country music television, CMT was encouraging the presenters and everybody involved to wear orange in support of gun control. Can you imagine? Who are they? The ratings are going to go. Country music fans? Gun control? Are you kidding me? Up at Summer Fair, I bought a leather belt and a holster, leather holster, and a bunch of other leather stuff from a booth. They were from Tennessee. They're Americans. I mean, wear orange? Blake Shelton isn't going to be wearing orange at the Country Music Television Awards. Mexican politics. This will blow your mind. You can't, just imagine this happened in the United States. In Mexico, in 2020, 100 politicians were assassinated. 900 of them were injured. Holy cow. Good old Mexico. You talk about a country just taken over by drug cartels, and here we got good old Joe saying, come on in. Wink, wink. Greta Thunberg, the climate lady, is now concerned about fish's feelings. Don't eat that salmon. Don't eat that cod. Cancel the fish fry. Those poor fish. What the hell are we supposed to eat? I bet you she worries about plants' feelings. We can't eat meat. We can't eat fish. Darn it. Coronavirus. I got to say something about it. There was a great article in the Wall Street Journal where some scientist says that the genome sequencing of the coronavirus irrefutably proves that it was created in the Wuhan lab or lab. Irrefutable. Take that, science. Last but not least, there's a woman running for the legislature in Mexico. Sabrina, do not post any inappropriate photos. Anyway, she's running for Mexican legislature, and she says if she wins, breast augmentations for all women. Now, at first glance, you might think that that's silly. I do too. But then I thought about it a little bit more, and I said, you talk about something bringing everybody together. The women get breast augmentation. They feel better about themselves. All the men are happy, right? And it has nothing to do with race. Black women, Hispanic women, white women. Give it all. Everybody gets breast augmentation. This woman might be onto something. Maybe a United States senator or congressman will take up this idea. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I hope you have a great day.